Hi, it's Robin Spielberg. I am in New Hampshire in one of my favorite places to be. I am at the recording studio. I'm here at Cedar House Sound and Mastering in New Hampshire, and I am recording album number 20. I am calling this one Re-Inventions. When I was a pretty young piano student, I had a piano teacher that came to the house. And I remember we were working on a Chopin waltz, and he had excused himself to use the restroom, and I was practicing while he was away and kind of fiddling around with the piece and improvising on it a little bit, if you will. And I remember quite clearly he came back and he said, what is it you were playing? Like, what was that? And, I felt kind of flattered, And I said, well, it's kind of my version of the Chopin waltz. I'm improvising on it. And he came over to the piano and he reached over and he slapped my wrists. And he said, we don't do that. You can improvise on Henry Mancini on Moon River. You can improvise on a Broadway show tune. But Chopin's notes are already perfect. So there's no need to fool around with them. And I remember feeling humiliated and embarrassed and bad. Like I did a really bad thing. And I think I carried that with me a really long time, Over the years, in my professional life, I've composed a lot of pieces. And when I find myself alone and feeling a little bit blue, I find myself returning to the music of the masters. And here we are in a pandemic, and I've been longing for some nostalgia. And I went through some piano books. I found this gem, 59 piano pieces you like to play. And indeed, all 59 are things I would love to play. Yet, as I was going through and reminiscing about my childhood, I couldn't help but do what Jerry Putnam here in the studio calls my style. He says, Robinizing. Robinizing the pieces, the Robinization of pieces. And I guess that just means, putting my own stamp, my own style on a lot of these pieces. And come to think of it, now that my daughter is a music major in college, she's been learning and reminding me that the great masters did this all the time. In fact, they would improvise on one another's pieces and have soirees and cigars and cocktails and try to, outdo one another. One person would play a piece and then the other person would try to improve on it and go back and forth and back and forth. They would have contests. And I could safely tell you that as a composer myself of modern neoclassical music, that nothing delights me more than hearing someone else's take on my composition. I love when people improvise on my music. I love to hear their personal expression. So I decided to do what many still consider taboo, go through some of these wonderful, wonderful pieces, Chopin, Bach, Mozart, Strauss, Schumann, Schubert, and reinvent them just a little bit, putting my own style and flair to them. I will definitely have these arrangements notated so that you can play and enjoy them too. And perhaps you will find yourself improvising on those as well. So that's the backstory to Reinventions. We have a few surprise guests on the recording. My husband, Larry, you may not know it. He's been my booking agent for a long while, and many of you know that he's been taking the beautiful photographs that are on my album covers. But what you might not know is that Larry studied classical guitar for many years. And so he has a part on this recording, as well as our percussionist daughter, Valerie, will be joining for a few of the pieces. And I can't wait for you to hear them. And for now, until next time.